onWURD, WURD 900 AM. Also, don't forget to listen and tune in on 96.1 FM and watch us live on WURD Radio Facebook page, and also watch us and live stream us on wordradio.com. And also, we share the feed on our Labor District Council Lecet page, that Facebook page rather, that is Lecet, Lecet, Philly 5 County. Our call-in number is 215-634 8065 1-866-361-0900. We love to hear from you today. We want to give a shout out to Mr. Cody Anderson. He's getting some well-deserved rest. I miss you so much. If you're listening, I know you're listening. So hello, friend, and just get all the rest you need, because I'm going to be right here holding it down for the both of us. Well, like I said, it's Friday, folks, and I need to do a little bit of the in-house, because I want to give a shout out to Labor's Local 57 business manager Esteban Vera and his dynamic team. And they have been out there since COVID, and, you know, in the community, doing a lot of community service. And once again, they have volunteered their services serving the community. They have partnered with the Sheriff, Rochelle Bilal, in partnership with the Enon Baptist Church. So listen, folks, they're having a drive-through, a community food box giveaway. I just want everyone to know all are welcome. It is tomorrow, Saturday the 13th. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Enon Baptist Church at 2800 Cheltenham Avenue. Please wear your face mask. It's a must. And just go get some service if you need some food, you need some help. Enon has been doing such a great job since COVID and before COVID, and so has the Sheriff Department. They have really been looking out for folks, and I'm just proud to say that Labor's Local 57 is a part of that outreach, helping folks during this time of need. And like I said, if you are available, if you're in need, please drive by, stop by Enon. The doors aren't open, but, you know, they're doing it outside. So, yes, between 11 a.m. To 1 p.m. tomorrow, get out there, because I think the snow is supposed to come around the early evening time or something like that. So just make sure you get out there and get what you need from it. It's going to be a really nice event, and shout out to everyone who's participating in it. So today we're going to have, again, Dr. Robin Cooper, president of the Commonwealth Association of School Administrators. She's going to come in after the first commercial break. But I also want to strongly emphasize, okay, to our members, our Labor District Council members, if you're listening, if you are interested in taking classes, and right now, you know, it's sad to say that some members, they do have some downtime. Everyone is not back at work. And for those who aren't at work, I'm encouraging you, I'm imploring you to please contact your locals in need of any training that you need, and you have some downtime right now. Please contact your local. The Extension Training Center is open for those individuals who are open. Now, the catch is, folks, you're going to need to at least have 6 individuals to participate in the class. So, for example, if you need hazardous waste training class, you need at least 6 individuals from your local. You go, you sign up, you contact your business manager, the business agents, and let them know you need this class. They will then in turn contact the school instructors, the director, and they will put a class together for you. 6 people at least. They're able to social distance safely. The building is nice and, you know, have all the guidelines for a COVID, so you will be safe. They just need a heads up at least 10 days ahead of time to know that you're interested in a certain class. So if you have 6 members and are interested, and even if you don't know, how about if you need a class, you know, connect with some of your other members and see if they're in need in class too, and you all can, you know, get a class together, a group together to take these classes. You know, it's so important right now during COVID to get to our Labor's Training Center and to get some of those well-needed certifications. I mean, what better way? Because I'm going to tell you, your world is going to open back up. And then contractors, is really, even though they do have a lot of jobs that are available on work sites, but they need qualified people. So if you don't have some of the certifications that you've done before COVID, when you was working nonstop and you didn't have the time and you have the downtime, please, please, I'm encouraging you to contact your business agents at your local and make an appointment, excuse me, so you can get a class started. 6 individuals reach out to some of the members that have downtime right now. It's so important to get these certifications under your belt because, like I said, more opportunities for you, more opportunities and ways for you to provide for your family. So once again, please, members, if you're listening and you need classes, um, please contact the locals so you can get that started and get that ball rolling. They're also going to try to, put a schedule together for, I think, starting March, but don't quote me. I'll confirm next week. But they're going to try to get a schedule together at our laborers training school and ask them to put some classes up. But like I said, if you know that you're in need of a particular class and you know a few members need it too, take full advantage of this opportunity right now. And I'm excited to announce that our Philadelphia Training Center location will be opening soon. Now, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. We're talking sometime around mid-spring. But I'm excited. The building is looking so great. Shout out to everyone that was involved. Alan Parham, administrator of training. Angel Hernandez, our new training director of the school. I mean, I'm talking, folks, and I hope you're listening. 60,000 plus square feet of state-of-the-art machinery. I'm so excited about this. You just don't understand. The building is beautiful. It's equipped with every need our members, are going to need when you talk about training, both theory and hands-on. So I'm excited. I cannot wait for the training school to open. Let me just give you a lowdown on some of the things that's in it. It has a beautiful classroom, state-of-the-art classroom equipped with the smart boards. They have quiet areas for members who need to concentrate their thoughts and get their thoughts together before they start the class. They may get there a little early. It's called like a cell phone quiet zone free space. Then they have like a separate lounge space where the members can come and congregate. And yes, I'm using our platform, our Labors Live platform, to talk about how proud I am of everything that's going to be happening at our Labors District Council school located on North Broad Street. Okay, so I was saying about the great amenities that it have. Also, they have a wellness center where they have like minimal training equipment where you can go there. They have a self-serve cafeteria, 2 huge bay areas, state-of-the-art hands-on training for all of the classes that you need, everything that entails in making a great journeyman. We have these nice 2 big bay areas that take care of everything. I'm excited about that. All the great and fine state-of-the-art machinery. And then we have a rooftop deck rather, as a reception area where it's so dynamic outside. I was on there a couple of weeks ago doing a Facebook Live, folks, and when I just say it was so beautiful and nice up there, and you can just see across the city. So I'm very, very excited about that. I would like to thank our members for supporting the vision of the business managers and making this happen on Broad Street. So, I'm excited about that. And, the laborers, they really wanted to focus during this time when we do open the school, folks. They're going to focus on our apprenticeship program. When you talk about terms of opportunities for the community, I've been saying this for a long time. Now, how long have you been, you've heard me on this station say, make sure you get everything that you need, community, because we're coming for you in our apprenticeship program. You got to make sure that you are drug-free. You got to make sure that you at least have your high school diploma or your GED, brush up on your math skills. I've said this about 2 years ago when they first started with the groundbreaking at the Labor's area on Broad Street. And it's serious business because we're going to want to, pull the community in to our apprenticeship program, those who qualify. But you got to qualify. You got to realize that you got to brush up on some of the requirements that's just due, because you just can't have anyone sign up who doesn't have some form of basic skill sets to actually join our apprenticeship program. And that just makes sense. You don't want anybody, working on anything in your household. So you want to at least have some experience, somebody that has some background. So it's very important that, you have your GED or you have your high school diploma, that you are drug free and you have some basic math skills to get you into our apprenticeship program. And, we just need people with the right attitude, and we know that the opportunities are out there. So, like I said, once again, we're going to have Dr. Robin Cooper, president of the Commonwealth Association of School Administrations. She's going to be coming on right after this commercial break coming up. She's going to answer some of your questions pertaining to the school openings and her perspective when you talk about the ventilation system. Because last week, folks, we didn't take many calls because we just wanted to get the information out there on the perspective of the principals, what they are thinking, in the best interest. She has to think of her principals, their staff, and things. But this week, we're definitely taking calls at 215-634 8065 1866361 0900. I also want to make sure that we hear from that 30% members too. If you're including that 30%, and if you're not, we know that 30% of the parents have taken a survey to say they want their kids in the hybrid learning program, and we want to hear from you. I would like to hear your thoughts regarding now about the ventilation system when that survey was taken, in September, when they didn't talk much about the ventilation system and that wasn't a question on the survey. How do you feel now moving forward? Are you comfortable with your child, going to school, considering the ventilation system with the fans? Do you feel safe? Do you feel like the school's put enough? Have you changed your mind, or are you still going to send your child? And it's totally up to you. And I just want to say at the end of the day, there are no winners in this situation. It's a stressful situation on everyone, whether your child attends school virtual or they go hybrid. It's a hard decision to make as a parent. So members, if you're listening, trust me, I know, I understand. Listeners, I understand. I'm a parent. I have two kids who are doing the virtual at home, and it's a lot on them. It's a lot on you. It's a lot on them because they don't have that connection, that engagement that they're missing. To be productive, let's just be honest, they're not always productive sitting in front of a computer. I mean, how productive are you always sitting on a computer when you're at your job? It gets a little drawn and trying. So you got to understand where the kids are coming from. Folks, you got to understand where parents are coming from who need their kids in school, who may not be able to help them, with the work that's in front of them, the work that the students are getting. It's challenging for everyone around. So there are no winners in this situation. Of course, everyone wants to be safe, but I don't want those parents who have to send their kids to school, whether it's work, whether you just don't understand, whether it's your job, you have to go to work, you don't feel comfortable leaving your kids at home, or sometimes it might be the academic work that they're getting, you're just not up on it because, hey, it's difficult. It's not the same, academics we had back in the day. So I get everybody has their reasons, and that's why we want to hear from you. We understand, and hopefully that if Dr. Cooper can answer any of your questions and concerns, let it be. I do want to say, though, next Friday on the show, I do have a HVAC specialist coming on. He's from Penn State. His name is William Beinfleff, and he's been working at the University of he's been at Penn State for years, and I happened to see him on Fox News the other day. So he's coming on next week to give his perspective on the ventilation system, the window, the fans, matter. And I think you guys are going to be real surprised when you hear what he has to say. I was surprised when I spoke with him last night. So he's going to come on just for a little bit next week to talk about the ventilation and the windows. And, we have a lot to talk about today. I'm looking forward to hearing from you members. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, WURD listeners. Like I said, I do miss my Cody Anderson. Like I said, he's getting well rested, but he taught me well. And I'm going to do him and my council proud. Holding it down. What I said again is that the school thing is serious. And like I said, there's no winners. And we just want to make sure that everybody's transparent, has a clear understanding. And whether it's February the 22nd or sometime in April that the schools are opening. Um, just to know that it's tough all around. But this is time for us too to wake up and really see that our public schools have been neglected way too long. And it's not just about the window fans, it's about a lot. You're talking about programs that have been taken out of our schools. You don't even recognize the schools like, I did when I was in elementary and high school, folks. And it's time that we really, really have to demand that monies go into our education system. We got to find politicians or talk to the politicians that really take education for our inner city schools seriously, because it's not even about race at this time. It's about class. And I say that only because, with the tax money not going directly into the school system, it really hurts us. It really hurts us, not enough. So we got to really put, the fire to them to find some money to bring back a lot of programs that are neglected in our schools. And when you talk about inequality, let me tell you something. Our kids can do the work. If you start them off properly in elementary and kindergarten with the right tools, when you talk about reading and when you talk about other programs that help them excel, our kids can do it. Okay, just give us the programs to help to build them. It starts when they're young, and it's real important that we know that they have a chance to get a better start, because let me tell you something. Our kids don't grow up wanting to be violent. Trust me, they don't. They want a chance just like everybody else. But when they feel like they are the forgotten ones, then, they turn to doing bad things, and bad things happen. So with that being said, I'm going to take this commercial break. I thank you for letting me hold it down for the first session of this program. And we're going to come back with Dr. Robin Cooper, and we'll be back with more Labors Live.
Hi, this is John.
Hi, this is Juanita, owners of JD's Auto Body and Painting. We're located at 6300 Wayne Avenue, right there at the intersection of Wayne and Washington Lane.
We really like to thank all you WURD listeners for the support that you've given our business, and we really hope to see you in the future.
JD, tell them about our products and services we have.
We have a new state-of-the-art paint shop along with our body shop and detail shop. We can help you with the dents and scratches from the winter season.
Come to JD's Auto Body and Painting. Come on out and check us out. We're still honoring that WURD 10% discount. Give us a call, 215-848-5949. Again, 215-848-5949.
Thanks again for supporting our business. We really appreciate you.
See you at JD's Auto Body and Painting.
Okay, Purr's new fire potato chips and cheese curls, they are spicy. Whew, they're hottest snacks yet. Hold on. Whew. But it's not just heat. There's some nice sweet and savory stuff going on too. Ooh, there's that heat again. It burns, but it burns so tasty. Ooh, that's hot. Find Hers Fire Snacks at your store today. Whew. Taste the flavor, feel the heat, break out the Hers.
Happy Valentine's Day from Leo's, a one-stop shop from head to toe for men and boys, featuring the largest suit, shoe, and hat selection in Philadelphia. Save up to 50% off store-wide. Leo's has a bigger and better inventory and offers great customer service. Leo's is located 2705 Germantown Avenue near Lehigh. Stop in today and you must mention WURD to get a discount.
Black love is in the air. This Valentine's Day, WURD Radio celebrates Black love. Black love is what keeps us united and moving forward. Let us know what Black love is to you. Show us how you show love to your family, friends, yourself, or of course, that special someone who makes your heart soar. Send us a photo of you and your loved one with the hashtag BlackLoveIs. And let us know what Black love is to you. Send the photo to social media at WURDRadio.com and we'll shout you out. Stay connected to WURD Radio at onWURD on Facebook and at onWURD on Twitter and Instagram. Now, a traffic update on WURD Radio.
Well, good afternoon. We are watching a crash on 95. It's on the northbound side, just north of Bridge Street. The right lane's blocked there. Delay goes all the way back to the Vine Expressway. Boulevard southbound heavy now. Broad Street to Wissahickon Avenue. Disabled vehicles off to the side. Also, an earlier crash that's been cleared out of the way is contributing to that delay. Meantime, on the northbound side, we slowed down Schuylkill Expressway to Wissahickon Avenue. Schuylkill eastbound backs up 202 to Gulf Mills, and westbound we slowed down City Avenue to Gladwin. The Vine is heavy westbound the entire stretch from 95 to the Schuylkill. Ben Franklin Bridge heavy on the westbound side, midspan to 8th and Vine, and we're backing up on the 42 freeway between 676 and 295. That's on the southbound side. Report brought to you by America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. Don't overpay for glasses. Get 2 pairs and a free exam for just $69.95. The exam alone is worth $50. That's not just a better deal. It's America's Best. Book your exam online today. In certain states, eye exams provided by independent ophthalmologists. See stores for details. For more traffic info, log on to SIGAlert.com. I'm Jason Lee with your Philadelphia area traffic.
WURD TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at forward. WURD TV. Black Talk Media.
Welcome back to more Labors Live, and we have with us Dr. Robin Cooper. Hello, and welcome back, and thank you for joining us second week in a row. I can't. Here you go. Your mic. There you go.
Gotcha.
Yes. So listen, while you're on, we're just going to go right into a phone call. We have someone waiting, Fatima from North Philly.
Let's go.
Hey, Fatima, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for calling in.
I have a question
Sure.
for Dr. Cooper. Can you please explain the yellow tape? We are very concerned as a community about that.
Can you be a little bit more specific?
The yellow lead tape?
The yellow lead tape?
Yes.
Are you familiar with that, Robin?
I heard something about some tape being put down, but what's her?
Can you elaborate a little bit more, Fatima?
Does the tape have lead in it? Are the buildings ready to open for the kids' safety?
Okay. Thanks, Fatima, for clarifying. They are working to get the buildings together, and from my understanding, there was some tape that was put down that does have lead in it, and schools were required not to use that lead. Not to use that tape. And that's something that just occurred. That just happened.
So what was the tape? I don't understand. They put the tape where? Where was it supposed to be placed?
The tape was on the floor. The tape was placed on the floor, and apparently the tape has some type of lead in it. And so now I'm told to, remove the tape. So, so it's a work in progress trying to get schools up and ready and prepared. But apparently there was some tape that was placed on the floors that have lead in the tape.
So I'm assuming the tape on the floor was to basically space it out for 6 feet apart. Maybe they put the tape down so everybody would know where to stand, where not to stand, and that particular tape had lead in it.
Yes.
Okay, Fatima. You had another question? Okay, she hung up. Okay, the background. Okay, good. So like I said.
Thanks, Fatima.
So that was something new, huh? I didn't hear about that one. So I guess, Robin, at the end of the day, have they shown you all how a classroom would look with the partitioners, I guess, with them spaced apart? Have you all had a chance to actually view or see how some of the classrooms are set up to date?
Well, I had the opportunity to see some of the classrooms before. Mm-hmm. So, and that was while they were in progress. I have not had an updated visit to a school to tour the building or anything like that.
Okay, so you haven't seen what that final look looks like, especially when they're still anticipating February 22nd to open.
Yes.
Okay, and they are anticipating that date that you know of?
That's my understanding, that February 22nd, schools will be open.
Okay, okay. So I hope that they make you part of that whole, walkthrough, because that just would make sense. People don't want surprises. Now, don't get me wrong. Your principals are in there now, so they are
Principals
seeing.
have been in, and that's
Right,
where people don't understand. Principal, in some way, we tend to look over that, but principals are in these same buildings with these same issues and these same problems, and they're actually the lead people in trying to put it all together to prep and be ready for school opening. So I have to always, make certain that I shout them out because of the fabulous job they're doing just under intense work conditions.
so I have a question. What is the protocol? And this is from someone just texted me this. What is the protocol with students who have been in class who give reports that they've tested positive? What's like the protocol procedure? Is there?
So from what I understand, the protocol is that the child is to be isolated, and they're supposed to be escorted to the nurse, and then the nurse is supposed to isolate them. A parent is supposed to come and pick them up, and then it's reported, I'm assuming, to the health department.
Right, right, right. And two, if say they were diagnosed or, on a Saturday and they tested positive, the health department would then supposed to contact the schools, right, and let them know this student tested positive, vice versa. I would assume, right? Yes.
I would assume. I'm not sure. I don't want to say yes.
Right.
They're supposed to, you know, contact every place that the child has been. I would assume so because that's a part of the contact tracing.
Right, right, right. Part of contact tracing. So yes, I want to say, I'm not even going to mention that. Nope. I was going to say something else, but so that's the positive cases, and they will seclude them until someone comes to pick them up, put them in a separate area, right?
Yes.
Until someone picks them up. Okay, well that's good to know. So, have you heard anything else about the ventilation, the third party that's supposed to give their reports? I thought it was earlier this week. I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything from anyone?
Some principals have their reports, and some they do not. And I think that's the hugest part that we're looking for, that everyone has their air balance report so they'll know the ventilation, the flow, and whether everything is safe. But some folks still have not gotten that missing piece.
So if they haven't gotten that missing piece, some of those schools, I would assume that those schools won't be the February the 22nd schools that's opening.
I'm still waiting to hear what the final, right now, as I understand it, February 22nd, schools will be open.
Right. Okay. 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 And so, what about this so-called mediator that was supposed to come? What did you hear anything about that?
No, I understand that the district and the mediator in the PFT are still working out issues. I understand they're still talking.
Okay, but no teachers have crossed the line. No teachers have entered any buildings as of yet, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay, okay,
I do know that they have been working remotely and really doing a fabulous job. Trying to keep kids engaged. I've seen some with generators and just things. Some were sitting outside, accessing the Wi-Fi, but still, intent on making certain that students are taught.
Right, they get what they need.
So as of yet, I'm not aware of any teachers who are in the building.
Okay. So, this, I feel bad, Robin, to a certain point with, parents who really need their kids in school. And I know you sympathize with that too, you and your staff and things of that nature, that this has just been a hardship on them and they're not able to really academically help their kids. And like I said, with that 30%, you yourself said the 30% is the survey that was taken back in September. I want to know, and I want to hear from them folks that, the 30% that may have changed their minds now that they see the window fans, how comfortable are they with that so-called ventilation system, and what will happen on February the 22nd? Are they still eager to send their kids into those environments? Those are the folks that, I really would love to hear from and what's going on. So everybody's just waiting everything out then. You haven't heard back from the media. You haven't heard back of the updates. You said some of the schools, Robin, that have had their reports back, the report said everything is okay?
Well, each report, it will tell you how many people can be in each room, the air quality of each room. So you may have a beautiful classroom, and that's why it's important for families to ask questions, because the classroom could look beautiful, the setup, the 6 feet distancing, everything can look great. But if the air quality, if the airflow, if the ventilation is not correct, you'll have a report that'll say 0% occupancy.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking though. In those reports, did it say what the occupancy can be? No?
Well, I think that was what what the fans were supposed to do, increase the flow of air and to get different results. So in some schools, we're still not ready. We are not ready. And in some schools, they are ready to open.
And so maybe...
And we think with the vaccination and the readiness of school, then open them back.
So
the vaccination, and if the school is ready.
So we talking vaccination. So folks, you heard it here first. That we're talking the teachers, they're going to be more comfortable, and principal, their staff, having both ventilation systems up and running and the vaccination. And it only makes sense. So I guess with that, has anyone contacted you about the vaccines? Because everybody is saying, oh, well, we're going to get together. We want to make sure we administer the teachers and take care of them. Have you heard anything besides what's been reported on the news about the vaccines?
Yes, what I've heard is that everybody will be vaccinated. If you come into play with the children in any way, shape, or form, if you're connected to children, then you will receive the vaccination. And for that, we heartily thank Mayor Kinney, because it's the right thing to do. If you're asking people to increase the risk of their own health, then provide them with a so we think the vaccination, there are 2 shots of the vaccination, which you get one, and then 2 weeks later you get another one. We think that will increase their airflow.
Okay, so have they talked any dates?
Their airflow, I'm sorry, that will inoculate them from. So February 22nd is when it's supposed to roll out.
Okay, so the vaccine shots are supposed to roll out by February the 22nd, which is supposed to be the first day of school. And so that may not happen, folks.
It's a week of the February 22nd.
And then 2 weeks later, they have to administer the second shot. So we're talking probably somewhere in mid-March. Schools, we're hoping that the teachers can go.
Don't hold me to that, because I'm not a physician.
No. Well, the good thing too is that they have the Walgreens that have, they're on board now with administering the shot. So I'm just hoping that, our first responder to our kids, in a sense, when you talk about teachers, that will be taken care of, in a sense, because it's important that we take care of the people who, take care of us, and the people who are with our kids you guys are important. Your principals, their staff, it's really important, in their health. And it's a lot of, elderly teachers, principals that are up in age. There are a lot of health issues.
I appreciate you saying that, because that's not everybody's feeling. And what we're saying is, you can't continue to ask people to do more for less. We will throw $1 million at football players, basketball players, sports figures, and I get it. But then in the same note, we're saying to, educators, you go in buildings with the least amount of safety precautions and do it. And if you don't do it, then that means that you don't care about children, and nothing could be further from the truth. Again, my folks have been back. In fact, some of them have never left. Right. From March on, they had a short period where it was a total lockdown, and even then, they worked People were calling. They have done everything in this pandemic to get those schools open. And I think the public should listen to the people who know. And the people who know are the people who are in these facilities every day, starting with building principals. They're in the buildings every day. Principals, no, they want their staffs in the building because they could get more done to prepare if those staff members are in the building. But we have to do it safely and we have to do it responsibly. So folks are not just saying, you know, please, my folks shouldn't be in the building. We still are not really right with that. But again, these folks go above and beyond the call of duty, and we want to make certain that, you know, and at every point, they could be vaccinated, they could get their ventilation reports. Those ventilation reports can be vetted, and then and only then will you have victory in terms of a successful school opening.
So I want to go back a little bit about the PPE, right? You talk about masks, you talk about masks being enforced, hand sanitizer, things of that nature. Do you think the Philly schools are ready to open in these areas? Okay, because you talk about vaccines, but what about, you know, the PPE that they need to protect? Are they going to give the kids schools? Is it enough hand sanitizer stations? You know, the masking rules, everyone is supposed to participate, you know, 6 feet apart. If the school is prepared in that sense.
In some cases, yes, but in a lot of cases, no, because you're still waiting for your PPE. There still has to be some training. You have a lot of new teachers. You have a lot of issues that go on. So first and foremost, we could be working virtually to really teach folks of how they are to behave once they get back to school and in a physical environment. And I've heard over and over, well, we need to get to that the children need to socialize. The public has to understand when they return, they're not there for socialization. They will still be isolated. They're just isolated in a room with other children, but it's still 6 feet apart. It's still, you know, if you're in an elementary school, the elementary children are going to have a hard time because with the mask, you really can't even see the teacher's face if she's sounding out words. You know, if you're listening to the sound, most children listen to sounds by, you know, watching the teacher's mouth. You can't even see the teacher's mouth. So there are a lot of pieces that we could be working on right now for the opening of schools. But again, we need to do it safely and responsibly. And to do it safely and responsibly, you have to bring the stakeholders to the table.
Okay, so hold that thought.
Not just to inform them of what you plan to do, but to really seek authentic input.
So we're going to take a commercial break because I want to get back to the expectation of the pre-K to second graders, right? That's what's supposed to be opening and 9,000 students, what that day looks like. Because evidently you're saying they're still going to be confined to one room, one area. And when you talk about, you know, engaging with other kids and you talk about lunch, you talk about gym, I just want to, you know, let the, listeners know what that day entails. Okay, so we'll be back with a commercial break and we'll be back with more Labors Live.
Temple University, Philadelphia's public university, is committed to meaningful change that resonates throughout our community. We are investing more than $1 million in anti-racism education and programming, including creating a Center for Anti-Racism Research, developing a bridge program for high school students in North Philadelphia, and expanding our Department of Africology and African American Studies, which is the first in the country to offer a doctoral program. Our students are the next generation of innovators and leaders championing a better tomorrow. WURD is supported by Temple University, Philadelphia's public university. At Temple, we aim to make college accessible for all. That's why we launched the Cecil B. Moore Scholars Program, a bridge program for high school students in North Philadelphia that offers pre-college support, including tutoring, career exploitation, and the opportunity to take a free course at Temple. It's part of our commitment to cultivate leaders from our city and to support all students in reaching their full potential.
Attention WURD audience. Do you know that you can get help with your PICO energy bill? PICO is here to help you with financial help through various assistance programs, including the PICO CAP program, which provides a monthly credit for eligible low-income customers based on the customer's total household gross income and energy usage. If you are experiencing financial hardship, you may qualify for the PICO CAP program.
And PICO Cares is the customer assistance and referral evaluation service designed to assist special needs, low-income customers who have a temporary personal or financial hardship that prevents the payment of your PICO energy bill. If you have a special needs child or adult in your care, your household may qualify for the CARES program.
Call 1-800-774-7040 today to see if you qualify due to an existing situation or a change in circumstances within your household. Call 1-800-774-7040 today for more information on the PICO CAP or PICO CARES program. PICO, powering our communities.
The WURD Radio newsletter, keeping you informed, engaged, and connected. Sign up by visiting wordradio.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page and type your email address under Connect with Us. You'll receive the latest information on WURD Radio, messages from our president and CEO, Sarah Lomax Reese, exclusive articles and multimedia content, and resources. Stay informed with the WURD Radio newsletter. WURD TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at ForWord. WURD TV. Black Talk Media.
Welcome back to More Labor's Lab. We have Dr. Robin Cooper here, and I wanted you to give a visual to those 30% people who, including our members who are going to send their kids back to school once they open, what that day looks like. In the sense of classroom setting, what their child will be doing. Will they have gym? Will they allow them to participate and engage in recess? What does that day look like?
As far as I know, they will have gym, and they will have their other specialty areas. Now, I'm not sure what it looks like, but I do know that different groups from the district have been meeting to discuss that, so I'm not sure of.
Okay, and like you said, the teachers will be wearing masks. So will there be, if you know, any pre-recorded lessons? So say you're in a classroom setting with the kids on the screen, there may be a pre-recorded session, and then she's communicating with them. Will it be any type of recording, done?
From what I understand, the teachers will be working with children in the classroom and also children at home virtually.
Okay, but the teachers.
I'm not sure what that looks like. I have not seen a demo lesson of what that looks like.
That concerns me at this later date. That you haven't. You don't know yourself. As the president of the principals, that you don't even know what the date. They haven't shared that, or that's not been communicated. With you. That's not good. That's not good at all, and that concerns me a lot. So do you favor, at the end of the day, a delay in reopening until the ventilation vaccines?
What I favor is that schools reopen safely and responsibly. That's what I favor. So if it's safe and responsible, and it is, let's say, February 22nd, let's open. If it's not safe and responsible, then I don't think we have any choice but to delay it. I think what's happening is we're getting into, well, we set this date, let's make it happen this date. But what people, and then there's a lot of comparison to other districts that are open. But my question is, but do those other districts, have they, kept up their buildings, their ventilation systems? Are they newer buildings? It's a lot that goes into this. So we don't want to misstep, because we have enough missteps on our hand. So, when we look at our school system, I'm born and bred from Philadelphia. I attended all public schools. And I'm proud. I proudly say that. I had some of the best teachers ever. And it's now 2021. Our buildings should be better. We should not have issues with lead, mold, asbestos, none of those things. And we should not have to repair a problem by using a quick fix, like putting a fan in the window by flimsy plywood. So that's not something that you would want for your child. And so I think we have to stop thinking that anything, as if we do the bare minimum, then you need to be okay with it. How dare you not be okay? And I should get an A for an attempt.
No, you're absolutely right, because like I said, our inner city kids are the forgotten ones. And like you said, it's 2021, and the state of these buildings, nobody has invested in them. They've closed them. They've closed them before they invested them. That doesn't make any sense. And that concerns me a whole lot. And once again, with the vaccines, people have to realize that you have a lot of, teachers, principals that are up in age that have a lot of underlying health issues. If you can't be around your own, your kids can't be around their grandparents now, how can you send them, to a school where you have a teacher that's over the age of maybe 60, still there hanging in and want to get a pension? I mean, that's just realistic right now. And they don't want to be there having a, chance to think that they can get sick and not have the vaccine. So that's why the vaccine is real important. It's real important to your staff. It's real important to the teachers. And we just have to, like you said, as parents, come together and demand that they open the schools when they're safe, when they can. Like you said, the fans, to think that it's okay. And this is what I was saying. Do you think the approach of the way they presented the fans, the delivery, in a sense, but this is what we're going with, because we know that picture was around weeks before it even got out. So do you think had they had an open conversation with the principals, with the public, to let them know, listen, I know that we're dealing, do you think if they had a better approach that maybe had went over a little bit better?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I think, we have to get to the place where we invite stakeholders to the table and really hear authentic input. And right now, and I've been saying this, I've been on your show many times, I've been saying this at the beginning. I am updated. I am informed. I am old, but there's no collaboration.
Right.
So this is what we're doing. And so no matter what, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing this. And there's no room for, you're getting fans and you're putting them in a window. You think that's the best idea? There's no room for collaboration. There's no room to try to vet it out to see if somebody has a better idea. There's no room for shared decision making in the city of Philadelphia for school district.
Well, we're going to have to change that, because we're going to, the public, we're a part of it. It's our kids that are suffering from this. And like you said, years of neglect. And it has a lot more to do than just with fans in the window. Like you said, the asbestos problems, lead paint, and the conditions of these buildings. And our kids deserve better than this, Robin. They really do. And I just want to move forward and to let everyone know that, you can't be upset with the kids who want to not say, but drop out, who feel like they're not thought of first, who feel like people don't have their best interests, the professionals that are in these situations, the politicians that are in the positions to help them do better. And you took everything out of the schools to make them great, and when they look at the fans, they are feeling some kind of way. These kids aren't stupid. They're not dumb. They know when someone has really, chose not to have their best interests. And we have you on the show, Robin, like I said, because we want folks to know, straight from the unions, straight from their mouth. Like you said, there needs to be training. There's not enough transparency across the board. And once the vaccines come, and everybody's vaccinated and everybody, then we can talk about fans, and then we can open up and everybody's safe. But until then, you got to come correct. You got to come for the people who you entrust, to be with your kids 8 hours a day. I mean, I think that's just it.
That's it.
She's like, that's it. That's it. So on that note, is there anything else? We have about 3 minutes left you would like for the parents to know. Go ahead.
I just say, for all parents out there, stay involved, make some noise. Speak. This is about our children. This is about your child. Speak up. You have a right to know what's going on with your child. And it's this whole thing. Oh, we're concerned about the children, and I like that saying, but then I don't, because it's great when it fits somebody's political agenda. It's great. We care about children. We care about children. Well, if you cared about children, we have one option, and that's to open schools safely and responsibly. And that's all we want. That's all we want. Again, there are a lot of folks that have already been in schools. We stand in solidarity with the teachers because, again, without the proper precautions, you're bringing thousands of teachers back. You are creating a petri dish of coronavirus with all of those bodies inside of a building. This is not about people not wanting to work. Please do not perpetuate that narrative. Folks are working, have been working throughout this pandemic. So when you see things on the virtual learning set, that's because people are working and have set all of that up to be able to still try to get some education through to our children. But we do ask for you to question. If it doesn't sound right, if it doesn't look right, then please question it. You're going to see some beautiful classrooms, but ask about the data. Ask about those ventilation reports. Ask about the air balance of that classroom, because it's going to be the data that's going to tell you what's going on and what kind of environment our children are walking into.
Well, thank you. That was a mouthful. And I know the parents appreciate it, though. They really do. They appreciate you being as transparent as you can with the information that you can. Once again, I want to give a shout out to you, all the principals that have been working diligently since last March in those buildings, with the janitor staff. I know they're in there trying to set up and get ready, whatever that looks like for our kids. And we don't want to go without thanking, those leaders, those principals for keeping, everything intact, with the Chrome, distribution, because like you said, a lot of people volunteered their time to make sure they were able to distribute those Chromebooks out to the children. So I just want to thank the teachers and the principals moving forward, to know that the laborers, we have your back. We have your best interest because, our members and kids are the ones that are part of that public school system. And that's why it's very important to get this message out. So thank you so much for joining us today. I pray that, mid-March, oh goodness, that everybody's vaccinated, everybody's back, safely in school. That's right, I'm putting it into the atmosphere. I said it mid-March. And that, once again, we love having you. Please continue to be a friend to the show. And thank you, everyone, for listening to Neighbors Live. Yes. Have a good weekend. Bye, everyone. Thank you.